Hey, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna be preparing some minced meat and cabbage. Yes, and I use butter. I already boiled the minced meat a little bit and then I'm adding butter right now. I use butter because it's more healthier than the regular oils. Yes, these are tomatoes from my garden. Yeah, and we don't follow any policies, any guidelines. I don't know unakatakata nyanya sijui unaweka wapi, hapana, tunarusha tu. Bora chakula iive, alafu bora ikuwe tamu. So nimekatakata kuzungusha huko, zungusha. And then I'm gonna add my white onion. I only use tomatoes when I'm cooking cabbage. If at all, it's gonna be mixed with meat. Otherwise, I don't put no tomatoes when I'm doing cabbage. I hate it. And my onions are here and they are ready very fast. Like a good woman, put it in, boom. Yes, koroga, ka salt kidogo, some ginger powder, and a little bit of curry powder. I do not do spices other than any organic ginger, garlic, or the curry powder, which I read to see what is in there. If they have anything that has a name that is not known to me, I don't take spices that I don't know. I only take root spices or plant-based spices. And now I'm gonna be preparing the cabbage as these simmers or cooks for a little bit. And my knife is very sharp, as you can see. Cutting, chopping, you know. And I do thin slices. And I'm all done now. It's a good time that we check our food to see how far the meat has gone. We gotta make sure that the tomato is all cooked. Hakuna kupea watu manyanya yenye hajaiva. I gonna have to make sure that it has cooked all the way. So let's see what we are doing. A little bit of a dance. Food without dance, oh, it's a waste of cooking, man. So I'm checking my minced meat here, plus the onions, plus the tomato, and I have to make sure every single tomato is dead. Negu, yani every single tomato is well cooked. That's what I meant, okay? So I'm gonna zungusha kidogo up until I make sure that it's all cooked, well done. And then I'm gonna put my cabbage, but before then I have to taste and see if the salt is well concentrated. And no, I have to add more in this case. Remember, if you don't put enough salt in your meat or on your meat when you are cooking, especially when you want to mix it with something else, the food won't taste as good, because the meat has to have the salt that gonna transfer to whatever that you are adding in. Before I knew it, I had cooked a lot of food, so many dishes that weren't tasting the way I wanted. You have to make sure that the meat absorbed all the spices well, so you gotta put the spices at the beginning if you can. The onions have to cook together with the meat, because how the meat tastes is how the cabbage gonna taste. And now I just added my cabbages. They look nice and well cut. Makofi kwa goat wife, makofi. So I'm gonna cook it, and I don't cover my veggies, because if you cover your veggies, it's gonna turn brown, and I don't cook my veggies up until they lose the color. The reason as to why I did put more salt on the cabbage is to make sure that all the food will have salt. Sometimes you can put salt and then later on you realize that, oh, it didn't taste as I had expected. So I'm gonna leave it like that to cook after I try to flip, note the word flip. So I'm gonna leave it without covering. That is the only way I can retain the color of the cabbage, not turning brown. All right? Wacha tuzipe muda kidogo. And now my food is ready. Just like 5 minutes of cooking, it's ready. It looks yummy. You can also see I'm not kind of like sijipigi debe hii kitu ni tamu. Sawa. So I'm gonna empty it, and then I have got a cook ugali. Even though for me this is enough meal for me, I don't take ugali, I don't take carbs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it in a bowl, and then we're gonna cook ugali and serve for the sake of my dad and the rest of the kids who wants to have the carbs. I don't like tell them no, because a healthy choice is a personal choice. As long as I'm telling them to keep off carbs, I am doing my job. Okay, so let's cook ugali. But before we do, my friend, never ever waste this golden opportunity to clean this pot right here. You cannot just put water. That is showing God your stomach. Kuonia gaida. You have to make sure that you have worked on this sufuria. This pot has to be sparkling clean. How? Let me show you in a little bit. Just wait, just wait. Just wait. And as usual, we do garnish our food for the sake of camera. If it was my food without the camera, my friend, it was already good. It was done. This is for the sake of camera and presentation for those who like it. Some people use cilantro. I didn't have some. I have onions in my backyard. So, yeah, let's work on this thing. We cannot just let it go. No way. No way. We have to clean it first before cleaning it. Yes. Now, it's time for cooking ugali or cornmeal. Cornmeal. Yes, I already boiled water using the kettle. That is how I easen my time to cook. That is how I shorten my time to cook. And within 20 minutes, I will be all done, and I will serve my dear dad his food. Like I told you, I don't do ugali. And boom, that's our food there. How is the presentation today? The avocado did not cooperate. So I was like, you know what? It's still gonna be chilled. It's still gonna be picked.